In Samadhi, we really work then with Vijnanamaya Kosh. Vijnanamaya Kosh is not to be underestimated. If yoga were only about the conscious mind, then it would be very easy. Oh, we have learned that everything is okay. So all we need is a little mind control, and then we will never again think that something is not okay. And we'll always be happy. But this is not the experience. The experience is that yes, for some time we can feel like that, and then suddenly something's happened, and suddenly again we are caught in this maya. This is because of the Vijnanamaya Kosh, of this cellar which has rubbish from this life, but also from past lives. Very strong rubbish. It's that rubbish that made you come back here. It's that rubbish that made you choose a particular body, a particular life. It's that rubbish which produced your karma. So, to get rid of your karmic impressions, as it is usually said, is a long work, for which there are only two ways. One way is Samadhi. And Samadhi, again, you will find in any yoga tradition. One way or another. Trance. Samadhi is one step beyond dhyana, meditation. As I said, in meditation we are thinking A. No more B and C and everything coming in between. But actually, what we are thinking at that moment is not A, but it is I, A. The I is still there, the ego is still there, there is still somebody who is meditating. In Samadhi, this I disappears. Temporarily, at first, in the first stages of Samadhi. And then, well, fantastic bliss and everything. But this again becomes then disturbed. Let's say that in Samadhi you have actually dropped all that about which you are conscious. So you have dropped your work, you have dropped your family, you have dropped what will happen tomorrow, you have dropped what happened yesterday. All that you have dropped. But then, that which is in your cellar, in your subconscious mind, will start coming out. And you may experience maybe some video, some vision, some nice, some also not so nice. You may have fear, things like that then happen. And the one way to be rid of it is, when this happens, to remain focused, to witness it, not get involved with it, let it be, and if you can do that long enough, it will disappear. And maybe you will have to do it a second time, maybe you will have to do it a third time, whichever, but after some time it will disappear, as long as you can do it. The moment you get into it and start thinking, oh, what is this and why is this happening and what should I do with it, then you are out of your Samadhi. Then you are, no longer meditating. So, this is one way in Raja Yoga. And to explain the other way, I have to come to a last very important path, which is Tantra Yoga. Actually, if we see the universe as Purush and Prakriti, consciousness and energy, which is all that, you can say about the Supreme. We cannot describe the Supreme. We cannot go beyond that. The only thing that we can say, well, somehow the Supreme consists of the purest consciousness and the purest energy. And from that everything else comes. Now so, when we are doing yoga, we have to understand, we are not at that moment working with consciousness. consciousness always stays the same. Consciousness is always there. Consciousness is never having any problem. And consciousness is never causing any problem. The only one causing any problem, or causing us to make a problem, let's put it like that, is the energy. Because the energy is ever changing and creating all these bodies. So, all yoga works with energy, but the yoga of working with energy specifically is called Tantra Yoga. The opposite of Tantra Yoga, you could say, is the Jnana Yoga or some other tradition where they will say, oh, just stop. You are thinking? Well, just stop thinking. You have a problem? Forget about it, stop. This is one way, like Ramana Maharishi will teach or Nisargadatta Maharaj will teach in this way. Just stop. Renounce. Let it drop everything. Nothing doing. Go. If you can do it, fantastic. I mean, it's the easiest way. It's the most direct way, at least, you can say. Don't identify with anything. Don't want anything. It's the essence of yoga. But problem is, it's hard to do. For most people, impossible. So then we first need to work with the energy, to harmonize the energy. Because if the energy is unhappy, very difficult to drop it. If we can make it a little bit happy, then more easy. Then it does not bother us so much. And that essentially is Tantra Yoga. Mantra Yoga is also Tantra Yoga, using the power of sound on the energetic field and on all the bodies which are made out of energy is Tantra Yoga. Kundalini Yoga, working with the Kundalini energy, is Tantra Yoga. Pranayama, working with energy, is Tantra Yoga. All yoga that can be done is Tantra Yoga. Doing nothing is yoga. Not doing anything, dropping everything, stopping trying, that is really yoga. But if it doesn't work, then first some Tantra Yoga. So Tantra Yoga is everywhere. Everywhere in any yoga tradition you will find Tantra Yoga in some way or other, where they are having a certain knowledge how to work with energy, how to make certain sounds, how to make certain rituals, how to do certain things so that you become more calm and can actually drop it all. Go to Shanti, go to the inner being. And Tantra Yoga in that way is also the other way to deal with those things that are still, let's say, stuck there in your Vijnanamaya Kosh. And that is where Tantra Yoga truly becomes magical. Where rituals, certain specific practices are used to deal with these subconscious issues.